You're listening to Wealthy-esque. We are a community of lawyers who believe that true wealth is having control of our time. I'm Ro Thomas, and as a busy wife, mom, and big law associate, I know all too well the tension between the culture of the legal profession and pretty much everything else you want to do in life. Each week, I'm bringing you the information and tools you need to take back control of your time by reframing your mindset and managing your money to achieve lifestyle freedom. Take the first step toward regaining control of your time by downloading your free Lifestyle Freedom Starter Guide at rothomas.com/start.
Hey friend, Happy New Year. Welcome back to the show. I hope you've had a wonderful week and are excited to jump into this brand new year. I've had a great week just resting a little bit, which has been really nice. It's nice to slow down, especially after all of the things that have been going on in 2020. But let me ask you something. Are things magically better because the calendar says January 1st now? Of course not, right? That's not how things work. But I just want to remind you that we've been given this gift of a brand new year. So many people didn't make it out of 2020. And so we should be intentional. I want us to be intentional with what we do with this time that we have. I told you intentional is my word for the year. And so we talked last week about the lives that we want to create in 2021. Did you think about it? If not, think about it now. As you think about what you want your life to look like this year, what does that look like? What is it that you want to do, that you want to create? What results do you want for yourself at the end of this year? If you want to create different results in your life than the ones you have now, then of course you have to take different actions, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So, for example, let's say that you want to create different results in your finances. Maybe you haven't been saving or you've been saving very little. So what actions or inactions are leading to that result? Maybe it's that you're not making a plan for how you're going to manage your money at the beginning of the month, or maybe you're paying money out to everybody else throughout the month and then giving yourself what's left over, like that's what you put in your savings. Maybe you haven't even set a goal for how much you want to save, and so you don't know what you're aiming at, and you end up doing nothing. You want to do something different, right? You want to save, but how do you do that? How do you take those different actions? It all starts with your thoughts and beliefs. We live the lives that we believe we deserve, and we set goals or don't set goals based on what we believe is possible for us. We take actions from those beliefs. We get results from those beliefs. Everything stems back to your beliefs, your thoughts. And we've said before, beliefs are just thoughts that you've thought over and over again. And so we've talked about how your thoughts are the key to everything you want to do. But we often have limiting beliefs that are running the show. It's like this imaginary box that you put yourself in. And you've got these imaginary limitations that you put on yourself, and you don't even consider doing something different because of these beliefs you have. Like, it's not even a possibility in your mind. And the beliefs aren't even true. So going back to our money example, one common limiting belief that comes up here is things would be better if I just had more money. And that's just a thought. It's not true, right? First, money doesn't magically make things better. And second, managing money well is almost never an income problem. There's often someone making less who's managing their money better. And we know that, right? I've given you examples of this before. So as you know, my husband is a doctor and I'm a lawyer, so we're bringing in a great income. But we realized about 4 years ago that we were over $670,000 in debt. Meanwhile, when we were researching how to pay it off, we came across this couple who were both teachers who paid their house off in 5 years, right? I think that was episode 3 that I talked about this. So you can head back to that and listen to that one if you haven't heard it. But we've also talked before about how 25% of households that bring in $150,000 or more live paycheck to paycheck. It's not the income. The thought that things will be better with more money is not true. But that thought keeps a lot of people from taking action to improve their finances now because maybe they feel defeated about their current situation and they figure it's better to do nothing because they don't have a higher salary. Someone else could have a completely different thought about that situation that leads to completely different results. And one of my favorite quotes that I've mentioned a few times on the podcast already is by Henry Ford. And he said, if you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right. So let's say that you've decided to create different results in your life for this year. Maybe it's something like our saving money example, or maybe it's something like setting stronger boundaries so you have more balance in your life. But let me warn you that when you decide to do something new, your brain is going to freak out. First, as a lawyer, we are notoriously risk averse and we tend to have these really logical minds and we're trained to think about all the worst case scenarios and we're taught that mistakes are bad. So then we tend to avoid things that we don't already know how to do. Then on top of that, our brains are wired to keep us safe. That's just what brains do. And anything new or different registers as a threat. And our brains start telling us all the reasons why we need to avoid this new thing and why it won't work and all the things that can go wrong if you do it and how it's probably not a good idea and what if you fail and all the things. So you might feel like that's a sign that you really shouldn't do the thing, but all of that is normal. It's just your brain's way of trying to keep you safe by keeping you in the same place. And so if you listen to those thoughts, you give in to those thoughts, then you don't make progress, you don't do the thing, and you end up stuck in the same place, right? What if you thought instead about why your thing is possible? What if you thought about all the things that can go right? Why this will work? Why this is a great idea? Why you'll succeed? Notice the different energy that those thoughts produce. Your brain is like a computer, and when you open the door to possibility, then it'll go to work trying to figure out how to make the thing happen. So go forth and create different results in your life this year. And if you're not sure how to do that with your money, you're not sure how to overcome those limiting beliefs or quiet your brain or make the progress you want, let me remind you, I'm a coach, and that's exactly the kind of thing that I can help you with. So come chat with me to learn more about how I can help. And you can head to rothomas.com/coaching to set up a call. Okay, so let's recap. Number 1, if you want to create different results in your life, you have to take different actions. Number 2, taking different actions starts with your thoughts and beliefs. Number 3, limiting beliefs are like an imaginary box you put yourself in. It's these imaginary limitations that tell you you can't do things that are actually possible for you. Number 4, when you decide to do something different, your brain will freak out and it'll try to convince you not to do the thing to try to keep you safe. And number 5, your brain is like a computer. And when you open the door to possibility, it will go to work trying to figure out how to make the thing happen. That's it for this week's episode. Join me over in our private Facebook community to chat more about limiting beliefs and how to create different results in your life. You can head to rothomas.com/community to find us. If you got value from today's episode, please share it with a friend. And if you share on social media, or if you just want to connect with me there, my handle is @IamRoThomas, and I am most active on Instagram. If you haven't done so already, please leave a written review for the show. Those reviews help out tremendously. They help the platforms to show the podcast more, and then also potential listeners are more likely to listen to a show that has more reviews. So please leave a written review. I read every one, and I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, friend, as we close out, I pray that you will consider what you truly want for your life in 2021. I pray that you will become more aware of your thoughts and limiting beliefs and work to change the ones that are keeping you from the results you want. And as always, I pray that you will continue to take steps to regain control of your time, build wealth, and live the life of freedom and choice you deserve. Talk to you later.